So I know I only have 3 minutes, so I'm going to make this as short and sweet as I possibly can. My name is Samantha Nelson. I was born Samantha Goncalves. I am Keely's eldest sister.
There are many secrets being withheld from the public about this case. However, when a few secrets slip through the cracks and go public, we must investigate them in order to paint a full picture. Now, if you notice, the Goncalves family has been hiding things from the public. But what's the reason for this? Why would they not want this secret to go public? Meet the other Goncalves that no one mentions.
My name is Samantha Nelson. I was born Samantha Goncalves. I am Keely's eldest sister. And we do have different mothers. We share the same father. Steve is my biological dad. And I don't feel like going into intimate details about how that came to be or the background of my lineage. All I want to do is come on here and basically explain to you, while simultaneously cultivating vulnerability within myself, that yes, it takes a lot to go on here and be somebody who really shares passion about this case and the situation at hand, but you really have to be careful about your wording and your comment section and what you're posting, because your interactions with the media, with the internet, affects everybody who can see it, and it's everywhere. You can't escape it right now. Me especially. I cannot even open my phone without it popping up everywhere I go, and it's haunting me. Like I go on here and I've tried to share my story and my take on things and just process aloud and use this as a means to find community, and I do think bringing awareness to it is critical.
Now, if you put Samantha and Steve side by side, they definitely look like a 99% match. But listen to what Christy had to say when mentioning the order of her family on the 1-year anniversary interview of the Idaho murders.
Sister and brother, his friends.
She's very close with her siblings.
Yes.
Yeah. Can you tell us about the siblings and what the order is?
So Olivia's the oldest, and then Stephen, then Kaylee, then Autumn and Aubrey.
Well,
Now, this is where it all started. If you noticed, the family only mentioned 5 kids. Is it possible they missed one by accident? Or did they do it on purpose? Many people are saying how it's strange that they left out Samantha, but it seems like they accepted Maddie as their own daughter. Now, due to her being left out of the interview question of the order of the family and being told not to express her emotions, she's been making a myriad of TikTok videos, giving us the truth about why this is happening and writing it down in her journals. She claimed that Steve hadn't spoken to her since the night of the murders.
So since it is almost been a year since the anniversary of my sister's death, I wanted to go on here and talk about my dad, Steve Goncalves, and elaborate on my perspective on things and how it's affected my life. I didn't know how to go about that. I don't know how to go about that. So I decided that I would write from a journal entry that I wrote today. And I feel really vulnerable doing this. So anyway, this is what I wrote today. Hi, Steve. I'm really feeling exactly why I've been so bothered by Steve. I understand now that when he would write me for all those years, I did not have a fixed idea or example of what his voice would sound like or how his movements would look while speaking. Seeing him on the screen so often expressing his love for his daughter and its deep sadness that he feels because she is gone is all expressions that I wanted him to have for me. I feel like I owe my sister an apology for why I'm so upset with him, because it doesn't have anything to do with her, just like her death doesn't have anything to do with me, but we are still intertwined nonetheless. Her unaliving shows me exactly the capability that Steve has to be a father. I didn't get that, and she did. Please bear with me, because I don't really want people to get the wrong idea here. I'm just trying to express myself. Okay. Her death shook an entire nation. And when I was told not to speak about it, it really hurt. And when I found out I wasn't allowed to speak to my dad about it, and the media and TikTok especially had all sorts of accusations and borderline obsessions about the case, and I was blasted for simply asking people to remember that the victims have families and that the subject is sensitive. This resulted in my other sister, Olivia, going online accusing me of gaining clout off of Kaylee's death. Obviously, this wasn't my intention at all, and though I was not allowed to talk to Kaylee often, her and I did connect via Facebook and other platforms. And Olivia and I did spend physical time together on more than one occasion because she was the oldest besides myself, and it was more appropriate.
Now, that's strange that the family who was just saying this
They don't match.
would indicate that one of them.
He doesn't have to
may
go
have
up
been
the
target.
steps. Let's stop playing games, guys. I need somebody to step up and be an alpha. Be somebody to be a leader. Don't make me do it. I don't want to do it. I have no doubt he's working as hard as he can. But somebody isn't communicating. There's nothing being released. It seems like they're trying to suppress the story.
are the same ones telling the other daughter, Samantha, to suppress the story. What clout is there to be gained in this situation? How can Olivia claim that Sam is in it for clout when that's her sister? If she's gaining clout, then what's the difference between what Olivia is doing and what Samantha is doing?
Steve got my mom pregnant as a teenager and left us both. He also refused to let my stepdad adopt me at the time, and always had this unspoken claim over me that I think he wanted to keep a reminder that I am in fact his child. I don't really know why that is to this day. Exactly. But over the duration of my entire life, we spoke in private through thousands of emails since I was a child. His wife would never approve of this and always shut me down every time or ignored me entirely when I would try to reach out to my sisters and my brother. So being told to go underground and keep to myself after all this really set me into a really dark night of the soul. Seeing my dad's face and some of the more unsettling comments opened an abandonment issue, an abandonment wound that I thought I had since healed by the connection that I had developed with Steve before this had happened. In a lot of ways, Steve became my best friend. And even though I had never met him in person since I was a very young child, I still had a lot of love and a lot of curiosity about my family and where it came from, and that never went away. I watched him and my sisters grow up through the pictures he would send me, and I felt like I knew Kaylee. I felt like I knew Kaylee since she was a little girl. And I was kept secret long before she even knew about me. I had no desire to force myself into their family when I was again repeatedly told that Steve was given an ultimatum to either choose me or his other children by his wife, Christy. So needless to say that he chose his other family. And I respected that. However, I always held hope that I'd get to meet them all someday, especially because I really enjoyed the time that I did get to spend with Olivia. And I would have given anything to meet Kaylee. It's hard to read. Perfect strangers are grieving her death, but I'm not supposed to, and I'm her blood relative. I changed my last name from Samantha Goncalves to Samantha Nelson when I was 18 because it felt like the only thing I had control over, and I wasn't part of that side of my family.
Now, if Olivia is the eldest daughter, that means that Samantha is younger, which also may mean that there was some infidelity going on in the relationship. After cheating, many men find themselves in a position where they tend to seek redemption to reconcile with their wife after the betrayal, which makes sense now that Steve didn't talk to his daughter because his wife told him not to.
That Steve was given an ultimatum to either choose me or his other children by his wife, Christy. So needless to say that he chose his other family. And I respected that, however.
I don't think Sam should get neglected because she didn't ask to be here. She was created and should be treated with the same respect as her other siblings.
Hi guys, I wanted to go on here and thank everybody for their support. I don't have the words. Hearing your guys' stories has been a profound honor.
Overall, it seemed like things were patched up for now when the grandmother reached out to the daughter on Steve's behalf to mend the situation. Why do you think Christy was blocking Steve from talking to his daughter? Why did Steve allegedly pick his other family over this one? Get in the comment box below and let me know your thoughts. Casper West here, signing out.